Chitty dog. Hey guys, what's up? It's Dave Player 9 here. We're back for the end. Well, guess what it is? It is Homestead weekend, or the Homestead final races. The Aldi Regional Tour comes to the Aldi 40 at Homestead to end a season that has been competitive, but of course, one driver has gone far up in the standings. Of course, this is not the right series, actually. As it turns out, this is not the right series. Here we are. We have to do the thing because this game does not know how to not do that. Alright, it's been competitive for most of the season, but last few races, Keith Willis has completely showed an uptick in performance and leads the championship by 63 coming into the final race. Of course, this isn't the last. I have to do a thing in the driver setup, so just 1 second before we get into the race. But Keith Willis leads the points by 63 over Zach Polar and Mark Jordan, 73 over Timo Mauser. Those are the only four cars in contention for the championship. Levi Jenkins is out of this contention. He's over a race back with this amount of cars. He's 97 back. But if Keith Willis can hold on to win this championship, I guess that's good for him down the road. Here's the rest of the standings. But before we get into it, let me just do the thing with the driver lineup, and we'll get started. All right, it is done. Let's get right into it. Homestead in the Aldi Regional Tour. This is a strange track. I don't really know what to expect from it in any race that I do. So let's just hope it's a good one. Let's just go over the championship contenders once again when we get into the order qualifying. The final pole of the 2005 season goes to Megadeth Goat over Yost Rodriguez. And points leader, Keith Willis, is going to be in third. That's actually very good for Willis. All right, Keith Willis here in the number 47 has been the dominant force in the championship after getting his second win at Watkins Glen. Willis right now has a 63-point lead over two drivers, and Keith Willis will clinch the championship regardless of what happens to anyone. Doesn't matter what happens. If Keith Willis manages to finish at least ninth place or better, the championship is his. He just needs to finish ninth or better. It's just that simple. His two wins came at Rockingham and Phoenix. Next, you got Zach Polar here, who's just turned it on right at the end of the season. He's starting alongside his teammate Jason McMorton. This 7 car has been consistent, sitting 63 points out of the lead. He needs to have a good finish to try to close in because 63 is almost a full race back, and this is 80 pretty much. Where is he? Mark Jordan here in the 28 is next. He's qualifying toward the back, unfortunately, which is bad. He's scored the most top 10s at 12 so far this season, but no wins has hindered him tremendously. He's also 63 points out of the lead, tied with Polar, and needs a good run today. And the final man is Timo Mauser, who has 3 wins, which includes a Talladega sweep, sits 73 points out of the lead. It's already a long shot for Polar and for Jordan to win this championship. Mauser, it's even longer. All those 3 just have to rely on Keith Willis into falling into some problems. But remember, if Keith Willis manages to finish ninth or better, the championship is his. Anyway, let's get right into it.
Drivers, to your car.
All right, as they come off turns number 3 and 4. Pace car is going to go in pit road. He goes into pit road. Sorry, I was turning on my light. Anyway, Megadeth Goat is going to lead us to the green flag for the final time in the 2005 Aldi Regional Tour. Keith Willis gets a nice jump. Already starting in that clinching position in third. He's going to move up to second as Rodriguez in the 15 slides up high. But we all know pit cycles at this track are tremendously weird, as we all saw that in the 2004 ShopRite season finale. Christopher Abel and Rutherford and Witt and WBR were battling inside the top 10, and they ended up finishing 25th or something. Abel finished like 25th, and I know Rutherford finished like 32nd. So yeah, the pit cycles are very strange here, but Keith Willis is going to lead a lap. 5 bonus points for Keith Willis. I think that makes it even better now that he even led a lap. I think he's going to, if he finishes, yeah, I know, he already had to finish 9th or better to clinch the championship, but now maybe 8th. I don't know. Anyway, Timo Mauser's moving up fast. He's already going inside the top 5 as we speak. And what's his name? Mark Jordan's finally got to the inside. He's starting to make up positions. Polar's gotten put all the way back in last place. As Keith Willis continues to lead and lead the championship, Timo Mauser's in hot pursuit. Michael Ward is running in second. Megadeth Goat is third. Brian Kearney fourth. Jason McMorrin going to the inside of Mauser for fifth. Sorry. Keith Willis already starting to stretch out a lead. Mauser gets a nice... He's still battling with McMorton. This is letting those cars in front of him starting to gap the 99, and that's not good, I guess, for him. Mark Jordan struggling early on. He's up to 14th. He's looking for a 4-wide move to the inside of the 59 of Fujiko Fujiware. Trying to close in. He knows he needs to do good to win this championship. But Keith Willis setting the tone early. Mark Jordan completely passes the 6 and the 8. Derek Drew in the 5, making his final start in any of the top 3 series, as EDI and his brothers will retire and close down and retire after this season. Looking for one more good moment. Our Mauser's finally just has the whole track. He's in 6th place. They're battling for 7th behind him, Rodriguez and Levi Jenkins. Jenkins is tied with Mauser for most wins this season at 3, but Jenkins was just inconsistent. Megadeth Go goes to the inside of Michael Ward, and he will take 2nd place. Brian Kearney looking to take another spot from the 32 car, as Goat, the pole sitter, tries to work on catching Keith Willis, who is just comfortable leading the race and the championship currently. Fastest lap so far is Goat, and Willis is 2nd in that. Slowest is Mitchell Edwin in the 9, who is running in the back. Zach Polar struggling mightily. He's back in 18th place, or 17th. He's back in 17th. Not doing too hot. Don Wilson in 36 gets around Mark Jordan. Jordan almost gets into Jai McMenamin there in the 4. 3 wide in front of the 28. Ooh, Michael Ward's going to take back the 3rd spot. Three-car battle here for 3rd. Jason McMorrin looking to the inside of Brian Kearney. Oh, they both got a little loose there. Had to take a little brake check. And now Levi Jenkins going to the inside of Timo Mauser to try to take 6th. Dylan Van Dyke goes to the inside of Yost Rodriguez. Mauser slides up way high. That's going to be 3 wide. 4 position that Mauser so desperately needs. And he's going to stay up there. Dylan Van Dyke's going to just throw it into the corner. Pull a slide job on Yost Rodriguez. He's going to get... The 15's going to get a run. Had to check up a little bit. And now Josh Hartman in the 14 going to try to pass Timo Mauser. 3 wide back here. Zach Polar struggling mightily in the 16th position, and he's starting to fall away from the few cars in front of him. Meanwhile, Keith Willis continuing to show command in this race. Dominating right now. He's led every single lap. That was... Oh, no, I thought that was the same lap time. Still the same fastest laps. Mauser's fallen all the way back. He's back in ninth. In the ninth position. And they're starting to string out. It's all going to come down to the pit strategy. I wouldn't be surprised if I see some gutsy strategy calls by the championship contenders that don't include Willis. Mark Jordan now takes, what is that, the 12th position away from Dylan Ibrahimian. He's trying to close in even more. He has the most top 10s this season. No wins. But he's trying to get another top 10 at least. Keith Willis has a half-second lead over Megadeth Goat and a second on Michael Ward. Let's go on board here with Brian Kearney in the 07. I would think they have to pit at least anyway. It's 40 laps. The ShopRite race at Homestead is 54, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to pit. Mark Jordan looking to the inside of Derek Drew to take 10th in the 5 slides way up the track. Way up the track. And he might get a run here on Josh Harmon in the 14, but dude, that was way high. Mark Jordan enters the top 10. If Keith Willis leads lap 21, he'll get another 5 points. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, this is most of the Aldi races. I mean, I don't really know what there is to do, talk about. I mean, Keith Willis is having a dominant car. I'm sorry about that. I'm also trying to read the point system currently just to like make it sure about everything. I knew that 9th place was the spot Keith Willis had to finish to clinch the championship, but now that he has 5 points, it could potentially get 10. Right now, I'm pretty sure if he finishes 8th or better, finishes 10th or better, he will clinch the championship. If he gets even more points, might go down even further. It's just getting better and better for the 47 as the race goes on currently. Levi Jenkins has moved up to 6th. Timo Mauser's still running 9th. Mark Jordan in 10th. Zach Polar having a dismal race in 15th. Right now, Brittany White sitting in last. I think she just won the last race too, so that's pretty odd. Megadeth Goat is slowly closing in. He's closed in a 10th on Willis in the last few laps, trying to close in more. Willis might be conserving tires and fuel. Hopefully that 47 pit crew doesn't just have a horrible pit stop, because that could, just one bad stop could change the trajectory of an entire season. Look at Renford Bradford Rutherford last year. He was just closing in on Christopher Abel. Every time he made a pass, he was right there with him. And then they had that horrible pit stop. I mean, they both had bad pit stops, but the 32 had way worse one. And look at him. He finished outside the top 30 and lost the championship by 15. Of course, if he made that Texas race, he would have won the championship anyway. But still, you know what I'm trying to say. Levi Jenkins is now 5th. He's closing in on the leaders. Megadeth Goat is 3/10 back. Willis is closing in on leading the most laps. He's led every lap since the green flag wave. Timo Mauser is closing in on Rodriguez to try to take 8th. This might be where we see some odd strategies come into play. Ooh, Willis is closing in on those extra 5 points. Derek Drew losing even more spots. He's battling for his 12th spot right now with Jai McMenamin in the 4. That 4 car, he's had an okay season. Decent season, honestly, for the Tom Sloan Racing entry. He hasn't scored a win. He was close on one occasion. I forgot where it was. It might have been Chicagoland. Mark Jordan has closed in tremendously on the back of Timo Mauser. He's going to go to the inside. To the inside of Timo Mauser. He was 10 points ahead of him heading into this race. Now he's going to gain at least 3 on him once he passes him. Oh, the 99 gets a little bit of a run. Mark Jordan trying to make the pass. Probably going to get him in the turn here. He's going to get it. He's going to get the 9th spot to try to close in on Keith Willis, if that's even possible. The top 5 have run away from this pack. Over a second ahead of 6th place. Megadeth Go is closing in, but might be too slowly. Willis about to lead halfway. Oh, they're still fighting. Jordan. Oh, I think Jordan's pitting. Oh, no, they'd use the access road. No, he just slid up the track weirdly. He's going to maintain that 9th spot. All right, if Keith Willis leads this lap, he will get those extra 5 points to make it easier for himself to clinch the championship. Go is closing in, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Willis, I think, has this extra 5 points. Let's go on board with the 24 car. And yes, Keith Willis is going to come off turn number 4 and get an extra 5 points for already leading the most laps. He has led since the green flag dropped here at Homestead. Jason McMorton looking to the inside of Michael Ward for 3rd. Oh, he slid up the track a little bit. That's going to allow Levi Jenkins to close in. Jordan's still 9th. Mauser's falling back to 11th. Zach Polar running in 19th miserably right now. Oh, I think Willis gained a little bit. Here comes McMorton to the inside of Ward. Jenkins slides up high. Oh, he's trying to force himself on that 32. Oh, I think Ward's going to get a run. Yeah, look at that. What in the world? He lost 3/10 that lap. What happened? They're running roughly 2 seconds off their usual pace. Here comes Mark Jordan looking to get the 8th spot. Adios Rodriguez. He's running out of time. And he's looking for 7th on Brian Kearney. Jordan trying to become another winless champion on this channel. Whole Foods, we had a winless champion this year in Kyle Revingston. Could we have another one? It's looking bleak, but I think they might have to pit. I'm not sure, but if they do, that's going to be the saving grace potentially. That's probably the last chance those guys have, as you saw Jordan was trying to get under Brian Kearney, but just couldn't make the pass. Closing in on Dylan Van Dyke, who's running in 6th. Van Dyke has a win coming at Eldora in a crazy finish. Probably the craziest of the season. Here comes Jordan looking to complete the pass for 7th on Brian Kearney. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys go to the end. There's been a few races, I think, where they just don't pit. Jenkins tried to get to the inside of McMorton, but he's not going to get there. Jordan completes the pass. All right, look at this. Goat has closed in so much more on Willis this time. What? I mean, Willis led from the beginning to the end at Watkins Glen, so he knows what it's like just dominating a race. Brian Kearney fell back tremendously. 15 laps to go. Keith Willis has led every lap. He just needs to finish 11th or better, and he's got the championship. And he's still dominating. Timo Mauser's fallen all the way back to 11th. Zach Polar's had a miserable race, running in 19th currently. Unfortunate, but hey, what you gonna do? Polar didn't score a win either. Oh, Willis, what are you... Hey, not Willis, Goat, what are you doing? Just throws it into the corner. Josh Harmon going to make a pass on Yos Rodriguez to take the 8th spot. Mauser's trying to close in a little bit, trying to get back inside the top 10. He moves Brian Kearney out of the way to try to muscle his way into the top 10. Oh, we got pitters! There it is! The final chance for those guys, and one car stayed out. Brian Kearney in the 07 is going to end Keith Willis's perfect day as they come down pit road on lap 27. Brian Kearney gets bonus points, but he is all by himself. He's going to fall so far down the order with no drafting help. And if this is Keith Willis, he needs to have a good pit stop if he wants to not lose this championship. Almost got hit by the 24 there. All right, he's going to go for some right sides. Rodriguez has to get to his stall. Who's going to come out first? I wouldn't be surprised if we see some two-tire strats, but they're probably going to go for 4. Yeah, that's what they're doing. And Keith Willis, he's done. He's good. Oh, Michael Ward, McMorrin. Goat had a bad stop. I think Jordan gained a spot or 2. Timo Mauser had a horrible pit stop. And yeah, Kearney came in. And Keith Willis looks to be comfortable with a massive potential lead once he gets around the 07 of Brian Kearney. Yeah, he's just gone. Jordan moved up to 5th, or what is going to be 5th, once they get around the 07 car. Or is that 6th? No, that's going to be 6th. So they get around Kearney. Yeah, look at him just going to drop. He was running inside the top 10. Might not even be there once he comes onto the track. See how far he falls back, or if that overcut was actually a good strategy. It might have actually been a good strategy. Hold on. Just wait a second. He's going to be able to, I think, gain a spot or 2 and come out in what looks to be 7th or 8th. Pretty good. He's going to come up, on Josh Harmon. That was close. Jason McMorrin now runs in 2nd place, but he has got a 2 second deficit to make up if he wants to catch Keith Willis. As for the championship fight, looks like Mark Jordan's the only one with a saving potential chance. Timo Mauser and Polar running 16th and 17th respectively. Polar's just had a horrible day. Mauser had a bad pit stop. Unfortunately, he was looking for 47 to have a bad pit stop, but unfortunately, it ended up just being his own crew letting him down. What a shame. Oh, Jenkins going to go to the inside on Michael Ward, make an easy pass to get inside the top 5. Or, sorry, get into the top 4. With 10 laps remaining. Oh, he's looking to try to get 3rd here on GOAT. He looked there, but he second-guessed himself. What in the world? The Wilsons are battling, and Jack just sent it all the way to the moon. Brittany White is running in last place after winning the previous race at Rockingham, so that is very strange indeed. Jenkins was able to take the 3rd position away. Oh, what the heck was that frame rate tank for half a second? That was funny that the last Aldi race at Rockingham, the frame rate tanked so hard that the cars literally disappeared for a moment, and as literally I'm speaking of it, it's happening right now. Goodness me, what is this frame rate tanking? Did someone die on the track? Did we have oh my goodness. Are we having a BeamNG drive like crash out, dude? What is happening? As soon as I start talking about the freaking crash from the last race, we're about to have the game crash. Mauser and Polar, I guess, are battling for whatever points they can get in the final standings. Mark Jordan's in 6th. Michael Ward looking to make a pass on Megadeth Goat. Jenkins is closing in tremendously, by the way, on the lead. Might be too little too late. McMorrin hasn't gained anything since he moved up to second. Goat just slid way high. Jenkins right on the back bumper of Jason McMorrin. Trying to make the pass. Is he going to get there or is he going to have to wait? Oh, he's looking. He's looking. Oh, he's going to slide up just a little bit. Has to chase the car up the track. Megadeth Go and Michael Ward continue to swap fourth spot. Keith Willis has extended his lead to 3 seconds. Derek Drew with the fastest lap. Very interesting. Keith Willis is 10th on that list. Zach Polar with the lowest. Mark Jordan with the second worst, and he's running in the top 5. Or sorry, top 10. He's in 6th. Ooh, Jai McMenamin looking for 11th here on Jack Wilson. Gonna take that spot away. Gonna try to pull a slide job on that TD Bank Ford. Derek in his final race trying to get toward the top 10. He's in 15th right now, trying to get a spot here on Yos Rodriguez. Those are the two drivers that have higher level experience this series. Yos got a win at Kansas. I don't know where he's in the points right now. 5 laps remaining. Derek's still on the inside trying to complete the pass. Ooh, 15 slides up way high. Dude, the 47 is OP today. He wanted the right car for this race, and the crew gave him it. It looks like Levi Jenkins takes the second spot. Might be too late for him to start mounting a charge. You know, it's a weird when not a single pass is being attempted. Brittany White is almost an entire straightaway behind the 20th place vehicle. What? Oh, gosh, dude. Dylan Ibrahimian gonna go to the inside of Jack Wilson to take 12th. Derek might capitalize on that huge slide up by the 63 car. Derek nearly had a win at Eldora, but he choked it. He had a huge lead, and he ended up just throwing it in the garbage by just throwing himself into the wall. Oh, here comes Josh Harmon looking to the inside of Mark Jordan. He isn't going to get there, but he almost did. Jordan looking to end the season with another top 10 finish because he ain't catching Keith Willis. Keith Willis has dominated the entire race, qualifying from the 3rd position. He has led nearly every single lap, with the exception of Brian Kearney during pit stops as the white flag waves at Homestead for the final lap of the 2005 season. Keith Willis makes it through 1 and 2. He's got a 3-second lead over Levi Jenkins. That's a NASCAR race reference IRL, so comment down below if you know where that reference was from. Keith Willis goes into 3 and 4. He entered this race with a 63-point lead, and all he had to do was finish in 9th to clinch the championship. But as he comes off turns 3 and 4, he dominates the entire race and will win at Homestead for his 3rd win of the season, and he is your 2005 Aldi Regional Tour champion. Mark Jordan falls down to 7th. As it looks like Mauser is going to finish 16th, Polar 17th. 3.24 second gap over Levi Jenkins. Keith Willis is your champion. Wait, what? That's not the right race. Okay. 38 laps led. Kearney, of course, with his two lead changes. Mark Jordan started 18th. He had a charge. He tried. He had a good run, but Just wasn't enough, unfortunately, for that 2018 team. And the final standings, Keith Willis is on top of the nation in the Aldi Regional Tour. He wins the championship by 102 points over second place competitor Mark Jordan. Willis ends the season with 3 wins, 10 top 5s, 12 top 10s, a pole, 1 DNF, 99 laps completed, and he led in 8 different events. That's almost half the entire season. Mark Jordan finishes second. He ends the season with no wins, 7 top 5s, 13 top 10s, 3 DNFs, 2 poles, 61 laps led, and he led in only 6 events. Levi Jenkins moves up to third, 112 points back. He ends the season with 3 wins, 7 top 5s, 10 top 10s. The most laps led on the season at 118, and he had 1 DNF. He led also in 8 events. Zach Polar finishes 136 points out of the lead. He ends with no wins, 5 top 5s, 11 top 10s, a pole, 2 DNFs, 53 laps led. He led in the most races, being 9. Josh Harmon moves up to 6th in points. That's a surprise. He ends the season with 1 win, 4 top 5s, 8 top 10s, 3 DNFs, 23 laps led, and only 3 races. He finished 237 points out of the lead. I think I skipped Timo Mauser, which is weird. I don't know why I did that. Timo Mauser, I don't know why I skipped him. 143 points back, finishes with 3 wins, only 4 top 5s, 8 top 10s, 2 DNFs, 29 laps led in 6 races. Jack Wilson, 2 wins, 4 top 5s, 9 top 10s, 3 DNFs, 29 laps led in 7 races, 252 back. Dylan Van Dyke, 8th in points with 1 win, 4 top 5s, 8 top 10s, a pole, 2 DNFs, 55 laps led in 4 races, 286 points out. Derek Drew, in his final season, ends 9th in points, 290 out of the lead with 0 wins, 1 top 5, 9 top 10s, 33 laps led in 3 races. He had a pole, and he is the only driver the entire season that managed to not score a single DNF, so I guess that's a good accomplishment. Megadeth Goat, with that strong performance in the final race, moves to 10th in points with no wins, 4 top 5, 10 top 10s, a pole in that race. That's funny. 3 DNFs, 6 laps led in 2 events. Jai McMenamin finishes 11th in points, 300 points away from the points lead with no wins, 4 top 5s, 8 top 10s, 2 poles, 3 DNFs, 7 laps led in 2 races. Brittany White ends 12th in the standings, 314 out of the lead with 1 win, 4 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 5 DNFs, 29 laps led in 5 different races. Fujiko Fujiware had 1 win, 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 4 DNFs, 14 laps led in 4 different races, 315 out of the lead. A pole, too, as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. Brian Kearney finishes 14th in points. He nearly won at Talladega a few races ago. Finishes in 14th, 317 out of the lead with no wins, 5 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 4 DNFs, 8 laps led in 4 races. Jason McMorton, Polar's teammate, in 4th. McMorton finishes 15th in points, 342 out of the lead with no wins, 3 top 5s, 9 top 10s, a pole, 5 DNFs, 14 laps led in 3 races. Yost Rodriguez got a convincing win at Kansas late in the going, but he unfortunately was inconsistent as he had 343 out of the lead with 1 win, 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s, 2 DNFs, only 29 laps led in 5 races. Mitchell Edwin is the lowest driver in points with the win. He had 1 win at Bristol early on in the season. He had 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s, a series-leading 6 DNFs. He led 88 laps in 6 races. That's actually 3rd most in the series. He finished 361 points out of the lead. Raul Megas, 18th in points with... Oh, Edwin also had a pole. Megas finishes 18th in points with no wins, 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s, 3 DNFs, 3 laps led in 1 race. Probably Daytona, I think. He had a pole. Michael Ward, he had no top 5s for ages and finally gets a top 5 here at Homestead. He's the lowest driver in the standings that made all 17 races. He finishes 19th in the standings, 488 out of the lead with no wins, 1 top 5, 5 top 10s, 4 DNFs, 2 laps led in 2 different races. And then, of course, you got the drivers below 19th that did not make every race. Samit Oskan drove the 48 for the first 9 races of the season. He finishes 20th in points with no wins, 3 top 5s, and 4 top 10s, 2 DNFs, 12 laps led in 3 races. The 36 was split by 2 different drivers. Donald Wilson finishes better than Allman Turner in the standings. He's 21st with no wins, no top 5s, 3 top 10s, only 1 DNF, 9 laps led in 2 races. Allman Turner had 8 starts. He had 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s, but he had 2 DNFs and didn't lead a single lap. Dylan Ibrahimian drove the 48 car for 7 races. So the 48 missed a race at one point. Dylan Ibrahimian finishes 23rd in points. He had no wins, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s. He had no DNFs, so I guess he tied Derek Drew on that front, but Derek made all the races, so I guess that's more of a better accomplishment. Ibrahimian had 7 laps led in 2 races. Then, of course, you got last place, 24th, Lyle Austin. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but he was banned from the series because the team owner, Colin Cropley, is, well, if you really want to know, just let me know to go to the Discord server. He only made 3 starts. He had a DNF. He didn't lead a single lap. He only completed 73. Anyway, just go over the final things. Most polls officially goes to Jack Wilson at 3. A bunch of guys got polls. Only Wilson, McMenamin, and Jordan had multiple. 3 wins for Timo Mauser, Keith Willis, and Levi Jenkins. Jack Wilson was the only other person with multiple wins, and you had a bunch of guys with 1. Champion Keith Willis gets the most top 5s at 10. Yeah. Everyone got a top 5 except for Lyle Austin and Donald Wilson. Mark Jordan ends the season with the most top 10s being 13. Everyone got a top 10, I'm pretty sure, except for Lyle Austin. The DNF count, these 2 drivers didn't have any, Ibrahimian and Derek Drew, but Derek was a full-timer, so I guess that he wins that award technically. Most DNFs goes to Mitchell Edwin at 6. Laps completed. So we ran 728 laps on the season. Who led the most? Who finished the most laps? Derek Drew completes the most laps on the season at 722 out of 728. So I guess even though he didn't have a good season, he comes out with no DNFs and the most laps led. I guess that's one way to end on top. And the most laps led officially goes to Levi Jenkins, who's the only one that broke 100. He led 118 laps. Everybody led laps except for Lyle Austin and Allman Turner. And races led, of course, is Zach Polar, who led in 9 races. Of course, Allman and Lyle are the only ones that didn't lead at all during the season. There it is. Hope you guys liked that video. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.